Staying on the topic of Biden's failing policies, Bjorn Lomborg writes in the Wall Street Journal, the green energy transition that wasn't. Governments push heavily subsidized renewables, but fossil fuel use continues to increase even faster. And he joins us now. Welcome to the show. It's great to have you, Copenhagen Consensus president and author of Best Things First. Bjorn, thank you for being here. So just explain to me what you outline in the article. How is it that fossil fuel usage is actually going up?
Well, Jackie, we're being told that there is this green energy transition, that we're switching away from fossil fuels and towards green energy like solar and wind. But the reality is that we keep using more solar and wind, absolutely, but also more fossil fuels. Actually, fossil fuels keep expanding more rapidly than solar and wind. And the simple reason is, of course, most of us actually want energy 24/7. And solar and wind, remember, only gives you power when the sun is shining or the wind is blowing. And that's really why this is a partial solution. Sure, it's fine for some things, but it's not actually going to take over. We're being told this is sort of the train that's leaving the station. It's not. There's no train, there's no station, there's not even a snack bar.
Part of the Going Green plan is to adopt an EV. Are EVs really cleaner?
So EVs probably emit less CO2. So in that way, it's good, or it's better at least. But remember, they're also much more costly. You actually have to bribe people to do it. They're also much heavier, which means that they're actually more deadly in traffic. And because they're they're heavy, they also emit more fine particulates because they wear out the tires more. So there's a lot of other problems with the EV. Overall, if you try to add up all this, it's very unlikely that they're great. It's very likely that they're actually net negative. And that should make us think, sure, EVs are fine for some things, but they're not actually the main part of the solution.
You know, Bjorn, we're in election season, and one of the main things on people's minds is the cost of energy, right? They care about that, and they have that reflect back on who is the leader of the country. You say that Democrat subsidies for wind and solar actually aren't driving down the cost for consumers.
Well, absolutely. Look, solar and wind is being touted as this amazing thing that's actually going to make energy cheaper. Look, solar and wind is possibly in some places cheaper per kilowatt, but only when the sun is shining and the wind is blowing. But all the other times, you basically need to have either backup in the way of actually paying for a second system they'll run, or batteries. And if you include just 4 hours of batteries, you end up having solar and wind much costlier than fossil fuels. And of course, in reality, if you actually wanted to run the US system on just solar or just wind, you would need 3 months of storage, which of course would cost in the order of between 1/3 and 2/3 of the US GDP each year. We're not going to be able to afford that.
That is fascinating. It was an experiment, Bjorn. We tried it out, not working. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.